Hey, yo, what's up? What are you looking at?
Kaidehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
Because it's a beach. Is this the
It
place
is.
related?
In fact, it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaidehara clan and the Raiden Gokaden.
You sound so depressed.
It reads, all those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission,
Oh?
I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths. Rather,
it was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for
Their
the
clothes have not
culprits to
changed at
show
all in all these
themselves.
years.
However, there
Nice
were no
callback
swordsmiths
to
in
eternity.
sight. Only a single eccentric stranger.
Eccentric No!
This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been patiently waiting for us. He then threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden.
It's a mention me. Scaramouche!
That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated.
Yo!
Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa.
Who is Niwa? Isn't Niwa
I
that...
answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedehara family. Upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence,
Kunikazushi!
he suddenly
Yeah!
said, "Tell her this. My name is Kunikuzushi." He then turned and left.
Yo! Scaramouche! Kunikazushi is Scaramouche's name. He chose it for himself.
Really happened.
This is my time. The Scaramouche lore. It's all coming to fruition. Kunikazushi, Scaramouche's name that he chose over the like 500-ish year period where he was just kind of existing before joining the Fatui.
yes. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan escaped from death and learned that the forging diagram had been tampered with by Kunikuzushi. Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of the happenings that my great-grandfather described here. What are your thoughts?
Nah. Put pressure on...
I suppose the reason the head of the Kamisato house never spoke of this to the family was due to similar safety concerns. If the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams, and could single-handedly defeat many men, then he is not an ordinary enemy.
Moosh.
I will
Moosh.
discuss this matter with Brother shortly, and investigate the identity behind the one called Kunikuzushi. Rest assured, we will act cautiously.
Hey, can I come with you? I want to know all I can about Scaramouche. If you're giving me free lore, extra lore on it,
To be honest,
I'll take it.
as
How
I
you
read
feeling,
the
Kazu?
letter, I felt much turbulence in my heart. But now I've managed to calm myself. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past. Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still valid nonetheless. I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the present. Even though we must carry the burdens from the past, there are also things we wish to strive for.
What's up with the Inazumans and wet socks?
That being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely won't turn a blind eye.
Optimistic as always, or always sensible.
These are simply insights I've gathered from all that I've experienced.
Trust me, he's still lurking.
Thank you all for accompanying me in my search for the truth behind that incident.
Great! Now that we're done here, let's head back to Rito.
Okay. Hey, yo,
Hello, traveler. Paimon?
yo, yo, what's up?
Why is the portrait of Kuranushi all covered up? Haima wants to see what your Kuranushi portrait looks like.
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly. You'll see what it looks like then.
This man somehow drew Scaramouche without actually having a reference. I'm gonna be
I will
amazed.
say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I even made a special
Oh.
trip to see someone in order to complete it. They gave me some very valuable suggestions.
Who'd you see? I want to know. Tell me. Pretty mysterious.
Is that so? Anyway, there is still time before the ceremony. You may have a look around the venue first.
Aye, sir.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the 5 Kasen, Kuronushi, which was done by none other than our guest artist from Mondstadt, Calx.
You know, I love the fact that, like, everybody here, it just looks like somebody on the portrait. And then I imagine there's just random people being like, what's going on here?
Albedo's portrait looks like. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking.
Show me. Show me.
Let's all
Show me.
count down together.
1. Go.
3, 2, 1.
Go. 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 You know, you're not letting me see it.
What's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background.
Ah.
I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character.
Nope, it was all a ruse.
Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process.
He
behind
looks
this
so
piece.
upset. Hirayama looks so
everyone.
upset.
The 5 Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories.
You know, there's still the mystery of whoever was leaving the notes. Imagine
I
how it
learned
gets
from
solved, though.
existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the 5 Kasen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the 5 Kasen. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination.
I'm slightly disappointed it's not Scaramouche.
After all, the Iridori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
So can I draw Scaramouche?
That's Albedo for ya. His super
Paimon, clap.
explanation is sure to win everyone's approval. We still haven't figured out who left those stories of the 5 Kasen for us to find.
Well, I have an inkling of who it might be.
Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon!
First, it's someone that knows every one of us.
Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person.
Like how they're
every
just walking
time.
by. Also, they're connected with the Kaidahara clan.
Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaidahara clan. Paimon gets it now. Well, at least Paimon thinks she knows.
All right, let's go get him.
Go. We'll get to the bottom of this.
I'm still slightly disappointed it's not Scaramouche. Like, it makes sense, but I feel slightly betrayed. Albedo's portrait of Kuronushi. There was no sign of any personatia. Only the backdrop adorns this image. You know, if he drew him with, like, the ink that needs to be wet to see, that would be the greatest twist. Albedo said that he wanted to leave this to everyone's imagination. Perhaps you, too, already have some clear idea of what this person might have looked like. Yeah.
No, my sword.
Well, I tried. It didn't work. Albedo, what you thinking?
Yes, in fact, before doing the portrait of Kuronushi, I visited the person who left those stories and confirmed a few things. I think my current approach to this portrait is the most correct one. After all, there are some things that are better left obscure and out of the public eye.
Fair enough. Yo-Yo Yato, what you thinking?
Ayato! You're the one behind the stories of the 5 Kasen! But don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
As it just so happens,
I wanted to
one
talk
of
to
the
everyone
reasons
else, too.
I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Paimon wants to see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. And more
Fair.
importantly,
I do appreciate it.
I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future.
Scaramouche!
You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you?
Yes.
The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuronushi.
Wait, is it actually the water?
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of
Wait, is it actually?
Well,
Wait.
you have used it many times before.
Was I... Wait. I'm a genius. I don't even have to...
Rain outlines your fate.
I was expecting it to work. I suppose I should probably wait for the time limit, huh? I'm just that smart. Alright? Praise me. Praise me. Show me. Can y'all leave? Thanks.
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is around now. So Ayato must
You know, what's
have
everyone else
telling
gonna
us to
think when,
splash
like,
water on the portrait, right?
the whole image just suddenly appears? Let's do it. Where'd I get that water? The frick? I haven't been to Fontaine yet.
It's the Balladeer!
Moosh!
So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
Yo!
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes.
I'm so
As
smart.
for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before.
I'm proud of myself here. Okay,
Also,
let me enjoy this.
there's one last thing that we must discuss.
Oh?
I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now. It
Oh?
was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the
Wait, is
Sakoku
this his
decree.
connection to Scaramouche?
I heard that something had happened at the Tenryo Commission. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But nothing was stolen. I felt something unusual about that incident, so I told Kujo Sara of the Tenryo Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough, someone was sneaking in and rummaging through the belongings of the Kaedahara clan.
You mean, he was also looking for...
Yo!
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing. Soon after, he had to leave Inazuma by boat.
Why didn't you send someone to catch him?
The best way to protect a secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? Besides, the
Okay,
identity
but
of
how
this person
does...
is not hard
Albedo
to
know
guess.
exactly what Scaramouche looks like, and how does he know who Kunizushi is? Albedo is a genius. There's also the fact that Albedo was made so many years ago, it's not impossible for them to have crossed paths. And didn't Albedo... I think at the beginning of the quest, Albedo mentioned being in Inazuma before, right? Or at least he acted very familiar with it, so it doesn't surprise me that he has some sort of knowledge.
After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaedahara clan's belongings one by one.
After all, he was with
and
gold all
eventually
those years.
discovered the papers in the hidden compartment of the flower pot.
Bro, Scaramouche failed to search that
I
bad.
am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether this secret existed at all. So, now on to my final question.
Moosh.
Which part of Kaedahara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected?
Card was spared by his opponent.
I don't have an answer to this question at present, so I'll leave it to your future self.
They are shoving foreshadowing down my throat. I don't know, but Albedo just gets more and more sus. I mean, yeah, that's just Albedo as a person. That's just who he is. He's trying to find the secrets of this world. And I mean, Scaramouche is already hot on the track. After the Unreconciled Stars event, I'm just saying, there's more to this. Wouldn't surprise me if Albedo started hunting him down too. The amount of foreshadowing, like, coming up, first with Child being like, you'll have to deal with him, not me. Now this.
As for now,
There's something coming soon.
please enjoy yourselves at the Iridori Festival.
I didn't get to talk to Kazuo. I'm still kind of upset. The palace dyed in black. Mr. Moosh. That's great. I love it. Kuronushi's likeness. I like how they just kind of butchered his name. This is Albedo's portrait of Kuronushi. He used a special ink here to depict Kuronushi. Kuzakuni Kazushi, a secret that was only revealed when the canvas surface touched water. The way I ought to put it, it seems the person who tried to furtively search for the secret was a Fatui spy. But who would want to hide Kunikazushi's past? And what effect might this secret have on your own destiny? So it might not have been Scaramouche himself, but just an extra spy. It's also interesting. What?
My sword.
Shame.